Hello and welcome to our demonstration of MarcomGather. The goal today is to give you an overview. It is a digital asset management system that is designed to serve as the central repository for all your digital needs. Most use cases center around creative imagery and so forth, but we can put almost any file type inside MarcomGather. As we see here, you'll notice that most of your images, videos, audio, Creative Suite files, Microsoft Office files, fonts, HTML, compressed files, etc. are all able to be stored in MarcomGather. Let's look at the interface, shall we? At the top left, you'll notice our MarcomGather logo. This can be changed and updated with your logo as you see fit. Along the left-hand panel, you'll notice several icons. The collections icon shows the structure that you will use for your MarcomGather files. This is the skeleton of your digital asset management platform and can be arranged into collections and subcollections, as we see here. This allows for clean organization and easy to find files. Now let's go ahead and take a look at an individual file. You'll notice that I have many options here. I can edit, download, share, revise, and move the file. Let's go ahead and edit it. Here, you'll notice that all my EXIF data has come in automatically. I have my file information, my file type, file size, file name, etc. On the left-hand side, you as an admin can set various fields that you want to be present. For instance, I can have a name field. I can mark it as required if I wish. Description, I can add drop-downs, checkboxes, whatever I wish. Notice that any EXIF data that involves tags from the original image will go ahead and be imported automatically. MarcomGather uses an advanced meta tagging system that allows both manual meta tagging and AI metadata tagging. It's a cloud-based application that allows you to update things automatically in real time. Let's see how that works. Notice that I've added the tag in and the changes are saved automatically. All of that information helps to formulate our advanced search and filtration system. Metadata tag that I just typed in, I have 45 different assets. I can go ahead and search by that. Notice the type ahead text assists me in my search. I have now just navigated from many items down to a single item in just a matter of seconds. Here on the right-hand panel, you'll notice a more advanced filtration system than just the simple search bar. I'm going to go ahead and click on the filter button, and I have many options to refine my search here. I can do it by various days, times. I can enter custom calendar times, right? I can search by different document types, whether images such as JPEGs, PNGs, TIFFs, etc., documents such as PDFs and Word docs, design files like InDesign and Photoshop files, and zipped files in the archive. Let's go ahead and pick a document. Notice that it automatically pares down my selection. From here, I'm going to whittle it down even more and choose PDF. Now I'm down to 4 items. This is where my tagging comes in. Let's go ahead and choose something with the tag purple. There we go. We've gone from dozens of items to 1 in just a few seconds. That's MarcomGather's advanced search and filtration system, which is designed to help you avoid wasting precious time searching for assets on multiple different platforms. MarcomGather is designed to be your single source of truth. We do not allow duplicate files, so we help you to combat file sprawl. No more will you have to worry about which logo is the correct logo, or which asset is the latest version of brand-approved marketing material. Here, that will be the only one. One of the other benefits of MarcomGather is in the flexibility with users. Adding a new user, either in bulk or individually, is very easy. Type in a valid email address, first name, last name, and I can assign groups as necessary. From here, I can choose between 3 different roles, and this is where MarcomGather is able to separate itself from its competition. As opposed to just a single admin or users, we offer 3 roles, and most importantly, we offer unlimited users. Once you're in, you're in. And of those users, you can assign many admins. You can have unlimited admins to assist you with your work. In this case, the admin has all user privileges. We have a second class called Contributor. These users are able to upload, edit, comment, download, and share assets, but only within the collections that you give them permission to access. Last but not least, we have the viewer. This user is allowed to preview and download assets, but they cannot delete, change, share, edit assets within the system. This can again be done in bulk or individually. And again, collections are limited by permissions to whatever groups the admins want to give them visibility to. So you don't have to worry about your graphic designers accidentally stumbling onto your HR files or your photographers accidentally straying into your graphic design collections. If you set up your permissions, you can keep people in their own collections and don't have to worry about cross-contamination or people seeing things that they shouldn't see. Only the admin will have access to everything. Now, for assets in the system, you're able to share them as you see fit with an easy-to-use share link. And you can set the timeline for when you wish it to expire. There we go, and I just copy the link and it's done. Notice that it's cloud-based, so it copies automatically. However, let's say you want to share work in a curated, professional-looking manner with somebody that you don't want to have access to your damn system. MarcomGather has a unique feature called Lightboxes, which allows you to share a curated experience with someone that is outside of your Gather users. Let's go ahead and look at one of these Lightboxes. Here, I have 2 PDFs that are brand approved and I'd like to share with the outside world. I can simply create a Lightbox URL. I can set an expiration date or not, it's up to you. I can copy the URL and I can send the link to whomever I want. Notice that it'll be branded with your personal logo and whomever opens it can simply view it or download it. They are not able to edit it, delete it, rename it, etc. They don't have any access to your system whatsoever. One of the great things about MarcomGather is that each user may have unlimited lightboxes and it doesn't count against your storage, as these are simply just links back to the original. Also, this allows you, the administrator or the contributor, to be able to edit this item in real time and have it consequently update in every single lightbox that it is linked to. In terms of integrations, MarcomGather has several. Let's go ahead and take a look. We integrate fully with HubSpot and Slack, among others like WordPress and Microsoft Office. When it comes to uploading files, you may do so individually or in bulk, and MarcomGather is able to help you with that. Whenever it comes to metadata profiles, notice that whenever you upload a series of assets or a single asset, our system will automatically separate these assets out by the asset profile. Is it a JPEG or a TIFF? It's going to be considered an image. Is it a Word document? Then it's going to be considered a document. As an admin, you can set parameters for how these various assets are handled. It's as simple as dragging and dropping. Here, I'm looking at my profile for my images. Let's say I want to make the author required. I simply click that, and now anybody that uploads an image has to fill out an author. The author will then be used whenever it comes to the metadata tagging, search, and filtration. But what if I want to add other fields? Let's say a dropdown. I can simply drag and drop, and here it is. Let's go ahead and call this internal or external use. I'm going to go ahead and introduce 2 options here. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this third one. Before I save it, I have the option to preview to see what it'll look like for our users. Excellent. So, whenever I upload an asset that's identified as an image, whether it's a PNG, JPEG, TIFF, etc., I'm going to, at the very least, have to fill out an author form, have an automatic date, and this internal-external dropdown. You can use this in many imaginative ways, for instance, color builds, RGB versus CMYK, etc. And all that will help with your hierarchy, searching, and filtration. One of the additional ways that we help you sort through all of these assets is the introduction of a favorites system. Here, an individual user can create favorites of things that he or she often uses, and it's quickly added to their personal profile of favorites. This is, again, unique to every single user. Now, this is great. We've seen how all the assets are living in the system. How do we get assets into the system? Very simply. Let's go ahead and hit our upload button, and you'll notice that we are integrated with OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, or you can just browse straight from your computer, drag and drop, etc. as you see fit. Let's go ahead and browse to some items, and let's choose this banner here. I can see it load in real time. Notice that it is identified as an image asset, as we were referring to earlier. Here, I'll draw your attention to the skip all button here. If I wish to skip these 4 steps, I can simply press this and it will automatically create an asset cleanup file folder for me that I can circle back to it later. But let's go ahead and do some basic customization. Step 2, I can select the collection and sub-collection that I want to move this to. It is moved in real time. Next step, step 3, notice these are some of the original bulk options in the metadata profiles that I had set up. So I've got my author and the date created. Here I can also add manual tags, such as fishing, future, wealth management. There they are. Let's go ahead and apply that to one asset and move to the next step. There are the tags that I just introduced, and you'll notice that our AI tagging system has already begun to contribute its input as well, tagging things like the sky, the cloud, text, outdoor, etc., etc. If you don't like some of these, you can always remove them, like so. I can add a description, which would act automatically as alt text if this was to be used online, profile of man fishing, and we can go ahead and change the name to something a bit more user-friendly. I can set an asset expiration date if I like as well. This comes in handy because instead of having to delete an item from various collections, sub-collections, and lightboxes, I can simply set an expiration date or will pull into a folder that only the admins can see, from which they can reintroduce the item later if they wish. Let's go ahead and finish up. There we are, and it's been automatically added into our sub-collection of our collection. It's ready to go. Now, in addition to the things that I showed you before, we also have the ability to collaborate with your coworkers. So here in the comments section, I'm going to go ahead and talk to my coworker Alex and ask him lighten this background. I'm going to include this with a pin. There it is. And when Alex logs in, he'll get a notification here with my request. There's also a very robust history that tracks everything down to the second. So you can see when an asset was created, when it was added, when it was edited, and various versions of it. And that's all there is to it. So we've got our collections, we've got our organization, we've got our various assets, but it's great to have some data on what is happening with these assets. Now this is where your analytics comes in. MarcomGather has a robust analytics system that's going to assess overall asset performance, user performance, etc. over the entire time that you have MarcomGather implemented. This is completely granular, and I can drill down into individual assets and asset performance by user, and that's all there is to it.